This is big breaking emergency news. A U.S. town has been destroyed. And what has just been revealed, what they've been doing the past few years, is insane, right? We just saw record breaking floods happen, record breaking amounts of rain. And this state, New Mexico, just created this new program in the past 2 years, and they're even saying that this could be a side effect of this program in their own documents. I'm going to show you guys. So let's get into the details here really quick, guys. Please just hit that like and hit that subscribe. I'm posting every single day, keeping you guys updated on this big urgent news, and it just helps to get these warnings out. I appreciate that. So this is what's going on in Roswell, New Mexico. They are having major flooding. The town has been devastated, and police are even saying that if you leave, you might not be able to get back in, right? And stay off the roads until flooding is done. But it's been revealed, these documents, that they created this program in the last 2 years called the, quote, Interstate Stream Commission, right? This was created by New Mexico and Texas, and they are saying here's some of the side effects of this program that they created. I'm going to show you the documents here too. It says, quote, the target area may be subject to occasional high winds, flood producing heavy rainfall, and severe thunderstorms. The operations directors and pilots will be familiar with indicators of potential imminent occurring severe weather to produce interpretation of radar echo patterns and interpretation of visual information of thunderstorms. All right, so they're even saying in their own documents here, the side effects are high winds, flood producing heavy rainfall, and severe thunderstorms, okay? And this is a side effect of the, quote, seeding operations and atmospheric research program that has been developed in New Mexico and Texas. This is a joint interstate effort through the Interstate Stream Commission, and they have created this cloud seeding program that specifically targets Chavez County, Curry County, Tobacco County, Lee County, Quay County, and Roosevelt counties, which are in New Mexico. And Roswell, which I've been reporting on, broke yesterday, is in Chavez County. All right, this is one of the counties that they are doing this cloud seeding in right now, and they have this seeding operations and atmospheric research program happening in this county. This is insane. This was created in 2022, this commission here, and they're saying it's due to the state being close to 100% drought conditions right now. All right, much of New Mexico is under a severe drought, so they created this program with Texas in 2022, and this could potentially be a consequence. I'm not saying this is 100% connected, this flooding that we've seen in Roswell, but this is the biggest flood that they've had since 1901, over 100 years since flooding like this has occurred, and nobody has flood insurance. Everyone lost everything. People are saying they lost everything in this flood. No one expected this. No one was ready for this at all. This is something that you do not expect in the high desert of New Mexico, to have extreme flash flooding like this in a city like this. It's really unheard of and never happens. And it happens 2 years. This was created in 2022. 2 years later, we have historic floods. I'm not saying they're connected, but let me know what you guys think down below of the odds of this happening 2 years later after this was created. Okay, this is 100% a real program. Here is even the application for the company that applied with New Mexico. It's called the SOAR application to Interstate Stream Commission, right? And this is the seeding program that they have. And the Interstate Stream Commission applied to do this cloud seeding in the program, right? And the person that's in charge of this program is called Gary L. Walker, right? He's the CEO of this company that does the seeding for SOAR, SOAR, which is the seeding program for New Mexico, right? The Seeding Operations and Atmospheric Research. That's the official name for it. So what's going on here? And part of the application, he has to disclose this is under climate and hazardous weather, right? And it's saying target areas may be subject to occasional high winds, flood-producing heavy rains, and severe thunderstorms. They're even admitting in this application, and he has to disclose that this could happen as a result. And they're saying this is under the methodology for this application. It says, Part A, pilots will conduct seeding operations only in the target area. They will be provided with aerial maps with the target area clearly marked. The operations director will advise the pilots based on the aircraft indicators from GPS of their proximity to the project boundaries. Clouds moving into the target area will be evaluated for seedability potential and for severe potential with sources noted previously, right? So they're saying that their pilots are conducting targeted cloud seeding operations, and they are using silver iodide to do it. Okay, they are injecting either silver iodide into the bottom or top of these clouds, and silver iodide crystallizes very easily, and it creates a ton of crystallized water droplets that can then accumulate and form even more water droplets on the dust and the crystals. All right, so that's essentially what's happening here. They take clouds that are already formed or semi-formed, and they seed them to make them even bigger and to fill them with water so they can rain. All right, they take a normal cloud that wouldn't rain and essentially super soak it and super saturate it with this silver iodide, and that's what makes it rain, right? That's what these cloud seeding operations do. So let me know what you guys think down below. Please just hit it up for me down there to help get these warnings out. I'm not saying that this is directly related, but it's very coincidental, and it's very strange that this did happen just a few years later. It's very odd that they have this specific program targeting these specific counties, right? There are dozens of more counties in New Mexico, and they only targeted these 5 or 6 counties, right? And one of them, Chavez County, is where Roswell, New Mexico is. So what's going on here? It's kind of strange that they just got approval for this and then this happens, right? And these programs are happening in Texas as well too. This is actually a Texas-based organization because Texas has a very robust cloud seeding operation at the state level. So New Mexico contracted with them and some of their companies that are doing it for Texas to now cloud seed in southern New Mexico, right? Where the drought is really extreme right now. So could be something going on here. And it's something that people need disclosure for. They need to know what's happening, right? Other states have actually even banned this type of activity and these experiments, because that's essentially what these are. They've been doing this for decades and decades, but it's still experimental. They still do not exactly know what's going to happen when they cloud seed these storms and these clouds, right? They're not exactly sure what's going to happen. They're relatively sure, but things could get out of control, or there could even be potentially somebody acting a rogue actor. That's just doing this on purpose, making this worse on purpose, right? So hopefully the states can investigate this. And something to think about too, people are saying they lost their homes. They don't have flood insurance here. And this is happening all over North Carolina. Nobody had flood insurance in the mountains of North Carolina. Even a lot of places in Florida are just, you didn't have flood insurance and they're still getting flooded. Even more inland, not even right on the water, they're now getting flooded. And they still have to pay the bills, right, on this flooded property, condemned property, a lot of them. The government comes in and says, you can't even live here anymore, right, after these floods and these events. But people need to document this cloud seeding and potentially bring up lawsuits. Okay, if you've been personally affected by this, don't take advice from me, but it's just an idea, right? Something that I would maybe do if I was in one of these situations and my state had one of these documented cloud seeding programs like this just out in the open. Then it's a possibility, especially if it's for your specific county. Maybe you could get the records and the documentation for the exact dates that they have been cloud seeding in these areas and try to see if they correlate to any of these flooding events or storms, because in this application they even disclose that this is a side effect of what they're doing, right? So something to think about is there could be restitution in that. You could be able to get some type of money from the government for this cloud seeding, right? It's crazy that it has to come to that. You would have to sue the government, but there's nothing else in a lot of these places. They don't have programs and they're not offering much, right? And a lot of these programs are loans, right? You have to pay them back if you get insurance money or insurance claims or things like that. They're just filling in the gap. Like this FEMA $750, you still have to pay it back. If you get insurance claims or any other type of grants from the government, you have to pay that money back, right? So that's how a lot of these things operate. And people are struggling, right? People lost everything and multiple different floods just in the past month in the United States, all over the country. What's going on here? Let me know what you guys think down below. I hope you guys are staying safe and staying prepared out there. I hope you have big blessings for your life and your family, and I hope you have a big old blessed day.